Hey guys! Today I'm going to be sharing my palette collection with you. So when I went through my decluttering, one of the things that I neglected to share with you guys was my palette collection. I had some things that were sitting down off to the right side of my vanity and I didn't share that with you guys. If you watched my decluttering video, some of these things you would have seen already, but some of them you haven't. So I'm just going to kind of go through what I have and share with you guys kind of the positive and negatives about some of my favorites. Some of them I will go through more quickly, some of them are special edition, limited edition, and some of them are things that you can constantly get. So I'm just going to go through. Off to the side of my vanity I keep this basket, and not all of these things are always in there, but this is kind of what that basket looks like. I got it from some like home decor party a while ago, and most of my palettes fit in there pretty handily though. A lot of these I don't use all that often. I tend to reach for the same couple of palettes most of the time. The couple of palettes that I use most of the time are definitely my Naked palette. So I have the Urban Decay Naked 1, which is a series of neutrals. As you can see, Sin is pretty much destroyed. I use that one almost all the time. And then as well as Toasted and Hustle. Those are kind of my go-to combos. I use Sin on the lid, Hustle in the crease, and Toasted in the crease, and then Hustle on the outer corner. I have been using Sidecar a lot more often and Naked and Buck a little bit more, so this is definitely my most used palette. I also head for my Naked 3 quite often, so this is more of the rosy tone neutrals. And this one, I would say I use a couple times a week. I probably use the Naked palette most of the time, and then this one I use quite a bit. But these are really pretty colors. I would say this isn't necessarily a must-have. I almost wish I would have gotten the Lorac Unzipped palette instead of this one, but I do like the colors in here. The palette that I probably use the least out of my Naked palettes is my Naked 2 palette. So this one, again, a bunch of neutral colors, but I don't reach for this one all that often. So if you guys have go-to looks that you use with this one, let me know, because I feel like I should play with this one more often and I just don't reach for it quite enough. My other palette that I probably use the most is the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette, and I have a request on this one for a review, which will be coming up. It's still on my to-do list. I just haven't gotten there yet. And this one is, again, you know, neutral colors. I tend to use the Silk Teddy color with Push Up in the crease, and then Chocolate Martini in the outer corner. That's pretty much the only look I do with this one, but this one does have some really nice matte colors too that I need to play with a little bit more. And then, of course, another neutral palette. I have so many neutral palettes, it's kind of ridiculous, but I have the Lorac Pro Palette, so this is the first one. And this one, I have neutral colors. I really actually want the Lorac 2 palette as well, but I know that I shouldn't buy that one, and so I've done a couple of giveaway entries for this one, but I haven't bought it. I probably won't buy it, for at least a few months if I do go ahead and buy it. But this one has a lot of pretty, really neutral colors, and this one has really great pigmentation, and the shadows are super creamy. So this is one I would definitely recommend. I would almost recommend this one over some of the Naked ones if you don't have a good neutral palette yet. I have two like super neutral palettes left for you guys, and the first one is the Nude Tude palette by the Balm. This one I got on Hot Look. If you buy anything from the Balm, definitely look on Hot Look. They're there probably once a month, and their stuff is so much cheaper. It's like half price if you do that. So this one again is neutral colors. I didn't think I liked this one all that much, but I started playing with it again the last couple of days and realized that the shadows are really great. I just don't reach for it for whatever reason. So this one does have really pretty shadows too though. And then the last super neutral palette that I have is my Naked Basics palette from Urban Decay. This one I'm not going to hold up all the way because it is kind of falling apart. But this one is a great everyday palette. I have at least one Get Ready With Me using this one. That's my everyday look. My Venus was cracked when I bought this one, so it's kind of cracked and falling apart and falling out. But I usually use Walk of Shame, Naked 2, and Faint on a regular basis when I use this one. I very rarely use Crave because I don't use dark colors in my outer crease, but this is definitely a great palette. When mine wasn't broken, it was great to travel with. I can't travel with it anymore because it's a little bit beaten up. I have three other Urban Decay palettes that aren't necessarily super neutral. So the first one I have is the Urban Decay Feminine palette. And this one is a zipper one, which is really great for traveling, but it's got really pretty colors. So I've done a Get Ready With Me before using this purple and this kind of mauve color. But this one is a great palette if you're looking for a little bit more colorful one, and this one's like $30 as opposed to the $50 Naked palettes, and I think I've even seen this one for less on the Urban Decay website if I remember correctly, but this is a great palette if you want something easy and more colorful. I have the Urban Decay Oz the Great and Powerful Glinda palette. So this one went along with the movie when it came out, and this one is like the newer packaging where you can twist out and change out these. But this one comes with some really pretty colors. It's got this gorgeous pink, it's got another purple, and it came with the Rockstar liner in it as well, which I don't have in there anymore. But this one doesn't get played with all that much, honestly, because some of these colors I just don't know how to wear easily. Like this one, the silvery taupey color. But it is a great palette. I kind of wish I would have gotten the other one, what is it, Theodora, whatever, as well, because this one is great, but I think the other one had a lot more neutrals, which of course I don't need more neutrals, but these have some really pretty colors in this one. I need to look up some tutorials on how to use this one a little bit better because I just haven't played with this one enough. The last Urban Decay palette that I have looks kind of gross. This is the Urban Decay 15th Anniversary palette. So it comes in like this velvet covering case, and then this is the palette itself, which is gorgeous. I love the packaging for this one. But this one has some really, really pretty colors. Sorry, it's a little bit reflective, but this one, you know, it's got like a really bright pink, some really great purples and blues and things like that, but it also has this line over here of neutral shadows. This one I know you can't get anymore. I got this one when I first got into makeup, but it's got some gorgeous colors. I really like playing with the purples. Those are my favorite. It's a really pretty palette. If you find any like people are selling or anything like that, look into it because it's great. My other limited edition palette that I have is this Too Faced Love Sephora 15th Anniversary palette. This one is in like a metal tin. I think the chocolate palette that they came out with is similar to this one. But this one is kind of nice because it comes with these shadows on the top, so there's 10 shadows total. They're pretty decent shadows. I like to use these purples down here. I think those are nice, and this kind of pinky color called SoCal is a nice one too for summer looks. And then down on the bottom, it came with a primer that I've currently been using. I'm almost done with actually. It comes with a little blush brush. I think it's the teddy bear type brush that they sell as well. And then it comes with a corally glittery blush that reminds me a little bit of Nars's Orgasm. It comes with the Sun Bunny bronzer, and it comes with the Chocolate Soleil bronzer, which smells really good actually. This one, I would like to play with this bronzer a little bit more. I don't play with that one enough, but I do like the eyeshadows. They're really good quality, just like my other Too Faced palette was. I have two of these BH Cosmetics palettes. So I have the Cool Shimmer palette, which I got both of these on sale from the BH Cosmetics website when I first started getting into makeup. And this one is a little bit beaten up. I dropped this one on the ground actually, so like the cover is coming off and one of the shadows fell out. But if you want a cheap way to get lots of different colors, it's definitely a cheap, easy way to go, and the quality of the shadows is actually pretty decent. I've used some colors in here quite a bit, and some of them I haven't played with enough. There's some really great colors in here. I would definitely check this one out if you're looking for, you know, a good variety of shadows in an inexpensive way. And this palette is pretty similar. It's the 88 color palette. This is the standard Shimmer eyeshadow palette. This one I've used more than the other palette because I think some of the colors are just a little bit more wearable. It's got more of the metallics and neutrals. I was on a kick for a while where I used this color right here all the time. Yeah, same thing. Cheap, decent quality, lots of variety. I have this little tiny Lorac. It's a platinum status eyeshadow palette. This was in Ulta around the holiday season. I don't think this is an everyday one, but it's got a really pretty pink and purple and kind of a more burgundy color in it. It's just 5 shadows. I think it was like $15 or something like that, but it's good quality. Lorac has good eyeshadows. I also have the Benefit Cabana Glama palette, and this one isn't just a straight up eyeshadow palette. So this one has the Hoola bronzer, which I made a pretty good dent in. I like that bronzer quite a bit. It had some kind of Gorgeous, I think that's the foundation type in here, but it was in medium, which was way too dark for me, so I actually gave that to my sister to use. It comes with like a little posy tint cheek stain down here, and then it comes with these 3 eyeshadows, little brush that usually comes in the box powders, and like an eyeshadow brush. These are really pretty colors down here. They're really good summertime colors, so it's like a peachy, like a medium brown, and like a darker brown. But this is a fun palette to have. I have 2 more Balm palettes. So this is the Meet Matte Nude palette from the Balm, and it's got 9 shadows that are all matte. This one I've seen other people do tutorials with, and I've never played with mine enough. I just feel like some of the colors are too dark, that they just don't work well for me, but I definitely need to experiment with that one more or give it away because it's just not getting used in my collection. And then I also have the Balm Voyage palette, and this one's like a massive palette. This one's huge, but it has 16 eyeshadows. And it's got lots of really pretty colors. I think it was this purple here and this mint color that really drew me in to buy this one, but I got it on Hot Look just like I get all of my Balm products because they're half price on Hot Look. Why buy them at full price? And then down here it also comes with 3 glosses slash lip balm type things, or lip cheek stains, whatever. And the good thing about the Balm packaging with these is that it has a separate little closure so that you don't spill all your powder shadows into that. My last few products here are ones that my mom got me. I know she got them off of HSN. This one I showed in my decluttering video. I think this one was in my lip drawer, so I will link that one in an annotation in the down bar to start exactly where this one shows because I don't want to pull the whole thing apart again, but it's just like this little survival kit that it's got blush, eyeshadows, lip colors, things like that in it. And then this one I also showed in that decluttering video. This is the Victoria Jackson Babydoll color kit. This one has a blush, a couple of eyeshadows, and some lip glosses. The colors are actually pretty decent on this one. I just haven't played with it enough. I don't tend to reach for it. I need to put it now in my palette drawer so that I have it. in easy access rather than in my other drawer where I never reach for it. The last thing that I have is this YBF real-time tutorial palette type thing. This one comes in this big box and you open it up and it's got these little tabs to it and you pull out each separate section. So the first one is the FaceTime one that has some concealers and neutralizing powder and a couple of brushes with it. The next one is a daytime palette that's got a couple of different blushes and a bronzer, an illuminating powder, eyeshadows, and some lip glosses up here. So these are the glosses, these are the eyeshadows, and then the face products down here. This one is the nighttime palette, so same thing. It's got blushes, bronzer, illuminating powder, glosses, and eyeshadows down here. This one is a little bit more dark and vampy type colors because it's nighttime. This one is a little bit more, you know, daytime friendly, lighter colors, things like that. And then it comes with 4 lip glosses in this container, and it comes with some directions on how to use the products for the different steps. So for the nighttime, daytime, and the FaceTime. Alright, so that is it for my kind of palette collection. This is some of the stuff that you didn't get to see during my decluttering videos. I hope you guys enjoyed. If there's any specific palettes that you'd like to see a look with or that you'd like to see a review on and swatches with, let me know that in the comments below. I would be happy to do that. I am definitely going to be doing a review on the Too Faced Naturalized palette since I did have some requests on that one. If you guys have any favorite palettes that you'd like to share with me, things that you love that I don't have or things that I have that you guys totally love that are your absolute favorite, leave that in the comment below as well. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!